Now we have to start working on the registration so that we can register the user, and for that we're going to use Firebase. So that means we need to sign up to Firebase. All right, so make sure you have a Google account, and then you can go to Firebase. Let's search for Firebase Google. All right, firebase.google.com, and let's sign in. All right, so you can use your existing Gmail account. I'm going to use this one. Okay, so once you're logged in, go to the console. And here you can create a project. So I have one existing project, so let me create one new one. So add project. Let's start with the name for your project. Enter your project name, let's say e-commerce. All right, let's continue. Let's not worry about Google Analytics for now. Uncheck that one. Let's go create a project. Alright, so project is ready. Let's click continue. So here you can click here the web. Okay, register app, give it a nickname. Let's call it React e-commerce. Register app. Alright, register app, add Firebase SDK. So this is the code we need. Right, so this is the one we need. Let's copy this. Let's go back to our project, and here in the root, inside the source folder, here let's create a file called Firebase. All right, so here let's paste that code. All right, now we need to install Firebase. So we can install using npm. So let's open our terminal. Let's stop it for now. Npm install Firebase. All right, so while that's happening, let's import Firebase here. Import. So we're going to import everything from everything as Firebase from Firebase, because this Firebase module here in the node modules, it comes with a lot of folders like app, like auth, and so on. So we can just import everything as Firebase from Firebase. Okay, so once we import, we can we have this configuration here. So var, let me change this to const. I adjust my personal preference. I like using const rather than var. Okay, so Firebase config, we have the API key, auth domain, all this information you can leave as it is. Okay, and Firebase initialize the Firebase app with this configuration. Perfect. Now once we initialize Firebase app, we can start using them. So we can start using Firebase auth feature and Firebase Google Auth provider, all those features that we need for login and registration. So let's export as well. Export, instead of doing export default Firebase, we're going to export const auth equals to firebase.auth. So with Firebase we get this auth function, so we export that. Okay, so that will give us the authenticated user and so on, which you will see later in the course. So we export auth. We also export Google Auth provider. Google Auth provider equals to new. This name, it is just the name we decide to use. We could name it anything, you know? Google provider, we can name it anything, like it's up to us. Okay, so we create a new instance of firebase.auth Google Auth provider. You can see here it's auto populated. Perfect. Okay, so we import Firebase. We have the Firebase configuration we got from the Firebase console. We initialize the app, and then this is how we're going to export these functions from this file. Auth and Google Auth provider. So these functions will allow us to log in and register user, as well as use the Google login.